language on this. God damn, Shorty's ass is crazy. Backyard banging like a Benzie. Yo, Papo, who's that girl in the green shirt? Is that her man that she's with? She's a gift. What's her IG? Are those her real tits? Here's the flip. You got women staring at boulders from far, checking out the keys to a car. Do you think he can fuck? What size shoes you think those are? This lust shit has gone too far. But by whose standards? The Greeks made lust into a goddess named Venus. The Romans used stone phalluses and rollways shaped as penises. The Hindu culture made 64 sexual positions called the Kama Sutra, and I've tried about 62 of them. So why is this such a deadly sin? I almost died over it. Let the story begin.
She said, come to me, I'll give you anything you like. Fashionable Octobers and warm summer nights. If you've got a dream, I'm the place to be. A million men will die fighting just to be at my need. Now I'm underground, measuring what I'm worth. Gave her a couple dollars more, things got worse. Subway full of prophets and men who've gone mad. They gave this woman nearly everything they've ever had. My pockets are lonely, the change don't make sense. Feels like I'm living only to afford rent. The rich are getting richer, I'm somewhere in between. Island boys going back home saying it ain't what it seems. Cause I heard it's appealing out there in the West. But I love you tremendously, New York. New York, try your best. Oh, New York, please take care of me. In the grip of Lady Liberty is where I wanna be. I imagine my children walking down these streets. Give your best to me. Father came here to illuminate the lights. Mother speaks like Brooklyn, she did it all just to survive. A couple got evicted, they blanket the street. What we make, too little to live great, but just enough to eat outside our tenements. We share our story about master degrees without success or promised glory. These drugs and opportunity, such charm, I still adore thee. I'll do anything you like, God, but please do something for me. Oh, New York, please take care of me. In the grip of Lady Liberty is where I wanna be. I imagine my children walking down these streets. Give your best to me. Before the apple gets rotten or the people rebel against your addiction, your unbreakable spell. Before the coffee gets old and the lights go out, or the spirits of everyone migrate down. Cause you know, I heard it's appealing out there in LA, in the West, in the Midwest, or whatever, but this is my home, New York, and we gotta be angels for one another, you know what I'm saying? Oh, New York, please take care of me. In the grip of Lady Liberty is where I wanna be. I imagine my children walking down these streets. Give your best to me. Oh, New York, please take care of me. In the grip of Lady Liberty is where I wanna be. I imagine my children walking down these same streets. Give your best to me. NYC. Give your best to me. It is exorcism. It is horde of emotion in the body seeking alleluia in a sigh. For the man on the end train who could not fathom how to speak freedom into his lungs, it is to exhale for him. If you shall take this burden, this cross to bear within her bosom, or bury and bear along the canvas that is your tongue. It is written on our collarbones like a hanger, an anchor, holding up our flesh and bone and sinew. Elevated heels on the soapbox with every amplification of word. For the girl who was 34 seconds away from subscribing to her life, whose final chapters might have been made premature by the cold gray of the Fifth Avenue pavement, this is the balcony where Juliet found her before the upheaval of logic. The salvage and the bloom of the embers underneath our palms, igniting spark between margins or beyond them. The sweet sound of lead upon oceans of white, dancing between theory and what is known, what will never be known, in the folded up pages you composed in your 4th grade composition notebooks. This is the squeak of the skeleton of the bed frame upon which your once lover lay, and the quiet that haunts on October sunsets. This is a declaration of dependence to the Morse code in the silence, the unsung song in the night of the paupers and prostitutes. Be you a preacher, a beacon of truth, of everything but the truth. Be this your God. There's no caste system in the art of being birthed into the sacrament of word. The poet is not a poet. The poet is born. This is you breathing.
Guatemalan angel of Sin Nombre. Blistering cold winds gusting, brushing against tumbleweeds of a vast, empty land, casting a harsh frost upon pin needles of green cactuses. Is this God's will? Mother Nature taking the sky hostage, scorching the land crack by crack, leaving fallen angels to perish. Reminiscing on thoughts, remembering fears of riding the beast. Is this God's will? Alone, part of a devilish scheme, walking, enduring, claiming that American dream. A desert swallowing souls whole, flushing out sweat and tears, nothing left. No form of ID, only the undergarment soaked in human waste. Another John Doe, surveyed on this playground of hell, lonely death. Untitled. I can't breathe anymore. Not because of air pollution. Cop pollution. On street corners and towers, lurking behind shields of trust, looking for the next brown Latino, death by suffocation. How come Al Gore didn't talk about cop pollution? Tiny particles eating away at my oxygen, harassing the atmosphere, cutting off air supplies of worthless beings. Like agents, undercover, hidden, intertwined with Mother Nature, taking every last bit of air from innocent victims. A global crime scene for martyrs screaming, chanting, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Hearing graceful sounds of Gabriel's trumpet, lungs imploding, I gasp for air. Why me?
For Emma Sokol, Bloodstained mattress for wings, she drags across Ivy League University, retracing the steps of Kerouac, Ginsberg, Kane, and Chase to the beat of the beats, the outcasts, the forgotten, the inconvenienced, the PR disasters, impinging on monetary alumni donations for new fountains, $6.3 billion, 17-acre satellite West Harlem campus expansions, leaving a trail of bloody memories and tears in her wake, hoping others will wake from their slumber, open their eyes to domestic injustices. Boko Haram is here, amongst us on this campus, in boardrooms disguised in suits and stubborn ignorance, in frat houses, camouflaged in cargo shorts, sipping from red plastic cups. Endurance performance piece that says more about a society that refuses to see. The system is broken. When a no is quickly tainted and discarded by one sip of Sprite and gin, short skirts and hips, presume promiscuity simply because men are intimidated by women's grasp of their own sexuality and refuse to play victims, refuse to apologize for being woman, refuse to apologize for men who can't control urges, and refuse to admit they are wrong. She is not victim, she is survivor. White woman. Don't step on a black man's white shoes just to be cute, just for a laugh, just to make him mad, just to test boundaries, just to know who he likes more, the white girl or the white shoes. Because you see, they are more than just white shoes. They are beyond new shoes. They are far from clean shoes. They are the very representation of his and his ancestors' journey out of the shackles, out of the ghetto, clear of the stereotypes, ahead of the oppressors, outside of society's expectations that just because the man is black, he is the color of doom. They're just around the corner from a society that says, a black man can't have nice things. A black man can't himself be clean. A black man can't look nice. A black man can't wear white. A black man can't be educated. A black man can't just be without being out to get you, steal from you, scare you, beat you. Far from an angry man, this black man is laughing all the way to the bank in his spotless white tennis shoes. So don't step on a black man's white shoes just because you think it's cute.
Angel of 8320 Bay Parkway's rooftop. I've been here since 1923. Had a lot of families reside beneath me, with all kinds of visits from residents and non-residents alike. During the fall, they'll be up here only on days and nights that are bearable. During the winter, they'll be up here only and only if global warming becomes globally warmed. During the spring, they'll rush up here anticipating the warmth, but run back down when the rain sets in. During the summer, they're always here. Some come up to tan, stretch nearly naked bodies across mine. Others form ciphers, friends and brothers for the ritual blunt smoke. Some nights, they drink as if contents held within bellies won't spill out on me. Occasionally, when the few visible stars are out, they fuck. And when most of the city is asleep, vandals make their appearance, utilizing my vertical skin as their canvas of choice. Dutch master guts emptied out all over. Oil bottles, spray paint cans, fifths of Georgie vodka, and used condoms could be found scattered across me, as if my feelings don't matter at all. After witnessing these acts of what could only be described as debauchery, I ponder, when will they stop using me for their dirty deeds? These humans, young and old, wise and foolish. The using is what's getting me upset. Maybe I'd like to join the cipher, or drink, or paint, or tan, or fuck. Then I asked myself, how does a rooftop fuck? And I figured it might be in the way we don't hold on to those that leap off.
Carriages down Columbus Circle. My lovesick owner almost gets us crushed, barely escaping unscathed. The white cloth of my body is bathed in summer dust and grass stains. Carelessly, she submerges me in dog shit. Wiped clean by blossoming crimson red flowers from Shakespeare Gardens, scuffed by City Park mountains, trampled by Molly lovers at summer concerts, their eyes swirling in psychedelic colors, tripping over topless sunbathers, skin tight like leather with wrinkles as deep as ant colonies. Self-conscious of pompous boat shoes, their pedigreed dogs rocking diamond-studded collars. Summer nights dripping of a bittersweet aftertaste from spilled Coronas and funnel cake crumbs, reminding my owner and I of another pair. Same style, different release date. Our tongues touch discussing size and country of manufacturing, both made in child labor sweatshops, but we never discuss secrets. Sinful souls of our exoskeletons graze from toe to heel, heel to toe, our frayed laces tangled in picnic blankets, intertwining and unraveling, intertwining and unraveling, intertwining and unraveling, 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 falling from my body like autumn leaves, crackling underneath us, my entrails a pair of striped blue socks. Soggy from winter's first kiss, fresh fallen snow erases the track marks we left behind. Ocean floor. Water rushes in through the windows and door. There's a brief short in the electricity. My eyes open to avoid. I attempt to maintain buoyancy, but my body betrays me. It stiffens in panic. I feel my heirloom bed begin to disappear beneath me. Frigid waters take its place, prickling my skin. Family photographs plunge from the wall, glass shattering against the small waves. Books commit leaping suicide. No one is home but me. My entire existence flashes before my eyes as the water continues to rapidly rise. The ceiling begins to cry for me, helpless. Navajo white paint and plaster crumble to the flooded floor, no longer a protection from the starry heavens. Black mold develops along the walls like a devastated lover's mascara, smudged under swollen eyes. Precious notes and birthday cards detach from the door, gliding like white feathers, gracefully kissing its own reflection. Becoming soggy and forgotten, leaving a faint stain of bleeding blue and black ink which is quickly diluted. The water rises, hypothermic lips. I can taste it, salty and sharp like my regrets. The pressure of the water grips my chest. I gasp as I lose connection with the ripped linoleum floor. No one is home but me. A blanket of fog sets in. I can hear the house whimper with discomfort, its belly filled with unwanted bitter blessings. He said I was no fun. This is no Kansas, baby. My teeth chatter. I'm so cold. God, which way do I go? Hear the belly of the house rumble. Golden sparks fall from the light fixture on the ceiling. The water rises. The water rises. My neck aches. I struggle to keep my head above the water, kicking as hard as I can. Something gently yet firmly wraps around my left arm and leg, beckoning me to join Poseidon's collection, his next prized artifact. Blood-curdling scream, I shake free, exposing a 1998 bedazzled pair of white-washed jeans. I swim right, I swim left. I scream again to the walls, to the ceiling, to the lamp, to the heavens, to anything, to anyone. Anyone. Are you listening? The water rises. Are you listening? The water rises. Was I listening? The water rises. He was not listening. The water rises. Silence answers me. No one is home but me.
Fountain of Truth. Welcoming those who do not need, instead want to be quenched, of a thirst that only exists in their mind. Welcoming the walking ashtrays overflowing with cigarette butts, disappointments, and shame. Hoping to drown out the burning taste with a pint of its cheapest vodka. Paying for the potion with change more loose than their parts which have never been private. Providing gin, rum, scotch, wine, whiskey in all shapes and sizes, bringing out the truth while for others it disguises, leaving their eyes so bloodshot they can't tell you what color the sky is, however they could tell you the different prices between a pint of Georgie and a pint of Barton. Its potion serves as fuel for educators who struggle to do so, night walkers whose eyes gaze at the sun only as it rises, sugar daddies who need more inspiration to rise to the occasion. Curly fried acrylic nails, purple hair, weave wearing, rotten breath, between their teeth swearing mistresses that are never truly missed. Its gates crash down on the hopes of continuous healing. Secrets, truth, and the truth about secrets, peeking from the inside out at those who desire the fountain of truth. So who here knows about Junot Diaz? Very, very good author. Now, how many here have read his poem? His book. This is how you lose her. Yeah. But he's very. So, I was really struggling thinking about what second piece I would read up here, and I saw somebody walking with his book in their hand, and I thought, you know, why would guys want to read a book about how to lose a girl? They instead might want to read on how to keep a girl. So, I decided to write a poem on how you keep a female. So to write this poem, I needed help, obviously, from females. So I dedicate this performance to all the females that helped me out, letting me know what they need in a man for him to do for her to stick around. So this poem is called This Is How You Keep Her. A lot of this is complicated. The majority is common sense. Things that once I heard about, I have not stopped doing since. Other things that I have second guessed, plenty that have caused a mess. Though the bulk of this might leave you stressed, if you want to keep her around, it's worth it. First off, talk to her about anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. How you hate your baseball swings, why big girls shouldn't wear belly rings, about winter, fall, summer, spring, exactly how you like your chicken wings, because one day she might be the one cooking it for you. Talk to her while you're taking her for food, when she's had a long day and is in a bad mood, while you're in a public bathroom and you're shit and nearly nude. Talk to her about anything, except when it rains. That could wait. Because no woman in the world will ever complain about her man talking too much. So when you're on the phone thinking, how the hell am I gonna get her to shut up? Talk more. However, tread carefully, because the wrong combination of words can start wars. So be honest and kind, and at the same time, be the ear that she needs when she needs to speak her mind. Second, be spontaneous. Now, this doesn't mean watching porn categorized as miscellaneous or skydiving, bungee jumping, all that other crazy shit. Spontaneous just means be different. Instead of going out to eat, cook her dinner in the kitchen. Go to a farm, ride horses, and feed chickens. Sneak into a private pool and go skinny dipping, and depending on how drunk you are, you can try some underwater positions. But on second thought, you might not want to try that if you're a little bit too drunk, I don't know. Unless she's a thrill seeker, unless you're a thrill seeker and that's the kind of shit she's into. In that case, take her to a level that her mind has never been to. Trace your tongue along her spine as if it were a pencil and her body your canvas. Third, be able to admit you are wrong even when you're right. In other words, just know when to pick your fights. What's the use of constant yelling or back and forth messages fueled by consuming too many alcoholic beverages? Now you're all sending this bunch of incomplete sentences with no kind of censorship, and nobody can make sense of shit. But no woman ever wants to be the man in the relationship. So when it comes time that she starts saying some senseless shit, speak up, sit her down, and end the shit. Sit. Fourth, be educated. This might be the most underestimated. Trust me when I say you'll be glad that you concentrated in those classes that were so hard that nearly left you constipated, and the thought of dropping out was constantly contemplated, but finally at the end you said, Mama, I made it. GED, hold it down. In all seriousness though, there is no bigger turn on to an educated woman than a dumb motherfucker. You take her out to supper and you discussing how the Red Sox lineup is filled with sluggers, but they don't have any pitcher that could throw down on the rubber. Then you go on social media, talk about who fucking each other and what ancient celebrities cheating on their lover. Instead, talk about how Miss Garner just lost her lover, how in the Middle East everybody killing each other, how condom sales have dropped because nobody wearing rubbers, and about how Ray Rice's wife said it wasn't God's plan for him to slug her. Fifth, be passionate. Not just for her, but for your dreams and your goals. You can always use improvement no matter what you're told, whether with work or your relationship, you can always do better. It might mean a lot to her and for you be whatever. Just know that we're females. They always, always, always remember. Always. Even if you try cute shit and none of it is clever, just know it's not the size of the failure, it's the size of the effort. 6, please her. Emotionally, let her know how much you care. Show her. Don't tell her how much you wish she was there. Go for her. Mentally, speak words to her that provoke her thoughts to slow dance and intertwine with yours for a psychological romance. Sexually, relieve her with each stroke, pull her hair and gently choke as you penetrate her deeper than poetry quotes. Lastly, be consistent. The most obvious, yet the one so many never achieve. What ultimately decides whether you fail or succeed. If relationship was a person, consistency is the air that it breathes and the food that it needs. Nothing drives a female more insane than when after a couple weeks, everything just starts to change. All of a sudden, texting patterns are no longer the same and talking to each other turns into the waiting game. You take turns on who will hit each other up, and the only thing you become consistent at is fucking up. Fuck all that. Ignore that text and you can call her back. If you got her flowers every weekend when you first met, then every fucking weekend flowers are what she's gonna get. Don't turn restaurant hopping into Chinese indoors or spontaneous adventures into helping her with chores. She fell for you that was She fell for the you that was surprised her during lunch with her favorite dessert. On the day she was sick, you would call out of work just to go over and pamper her. Even if it didn't help, you knew that deep inside it would just make her heart melt. Be the guy that she fell for and don't ever mislead her. And I promise, if you do all these things, this will be how you keep her. Thank you.
She walks down the street like every day. She could walk out there forever. Some guy calls for her attention. She smiles politely, keeps walking. Don't nobody want your ugly ass anyway. She rushes home. She could stay in there forever. Stepdad arrives, talking his shit, impending his doom. She could run away wherever. It's overwhelming, the pressure to respond to his bullshit, her expectations, their standards, her own self-deprecation. Her skin crawls. If only she could molt, be new again. She hasn't realized she's not a snake. She procrastinates, wishing not to make a move. She hasn't realized she's an animate being. She screams, yearning to be heard. She hasn't realized she does not exist in a vacuum. She cries, wishing it didn't hurt so bad. She hasn't realized feelings sense what's going on. She hurt someone else, needing to take their power. She's not satisfied for long as she realizes the empty calories of anger. She remains silent, simmering. It doesn't matter anyway. Someday she'll realize she is matter. There she is, cozy in her skin, excited at opportunity, confident in self. Negative forces circling the rim, she releases unhelpful habits, much lighter. She dances under the moon, she stretches towards the sun, she responds to spirit. Tears are emotional blessings, she is compassionate journey. She is aimed at the vision of her full expression, her fullest expression, her fruit-filled expression. She is grounded in faithful belief of divine order. You adore her. She enables you to adore yourself. Everything you're carrying released to safe haven. It'll be put to good use, leaves you with time and space to do the same. She is thankful for the opportunity to serve you in that way. She is blessed by the process. She walks down the street like every day. She could walk out there forever. So yeah, like 3 years ago, I decided I was ready to be up here, and I became obsessed with my first piece being about why I would be up here. And that was the piece I was ready to read at that time. This was the piece that took me 2.5 years to have the guts to say now.
Yeah.
I know what I receive when I'm in those chairs out there. I cry as you proclaim your lack of worth. More still as you affirm yourself divine. It is sublime when you speak to that beat and that rhythm. You get me all riled up into every awesome fucking thing that I will do with the fuel of your words. That sting me where it hurts. Bleed me where it weakens me to revive me with your speak about purpose, about possessing that power. In disgust, in resentment, you glower. In wisdom, in defiance, you empower me. You release that ecstasy, yes. Tell me how sexy sex can be. It gets me just a little, There's no telling where you'll go as you share. The nostalgia of your upbringing. The sacred objects of your neighborhood walks. Of people that occupy the spaces where your spirit talked about the irony of it all. I'm gonna get some of that myself. Stand up here and feel the weight of you leaning in. I'm gonna get into your soul. Take your burdens and present them to you as swords that will release what binds you. Call out your fears and present them to you as spears that will kill the monsters you thought would find you in the dark. I want us to feel each other. To be smothered into your next breath is just gratitude to be alive. I will be the womb that births your dreams, your transgressions. You will have to fight to get out of me. I'll be here to feed you when you realize you're hungry for more. I want to give you back to yourself with a sense of repair, renewal. Fresh wounds to bleed out that infection. Cleanse it with the power of no sins, just experience, opportunities for growth. I forgive myself if you don't care. You'll forgive yourself if you don't dare to listen. I will alight the shadows on your face, darken your nerve to lash out in selfishness, burden you with my erotic charge. You can swell into fantasies you thought no one you were there. Thank you. Burden you with my erotic charge. You can swell into fantasies you thought no one you were there. I will get into your hair. Touch upon things that piss you off about people who think they get it when they don't. Hey, if you're gonna fight me on this, I want you to walk away with the win. Share your bounty with others. I'll consider that my prize too. Call me a whore if you must. My reckless abandon is not about lust for shame. It almost looks the same if that's what you believe about people. Look to yourself first. Ask if you'd be to blame for watching. You can have me. You can't take me with you, only what you give to. But we both did walk into this room.
Toss guts in grass, throw rappers in trash. Y'all sound the same. Each kingpin still in the lane, begging for change. A damn shame. Dumbo, elephant sprinkler flying, but stuck on ground watching fools cut school to burn with insecurity of 4 fences, 4 exits. Peek over both shoulders, visitors never protected. I got muck, he got fire, was good. Session, dead them. Leeches fall as autumn rushes. Slugs crawl slow. Blink antenna eyes. Bucks blossom butterflies. Sneak into backyard barbecue. We all kin, created from cups of concrete. Benches turn couches, catch breeze and breathe bittersweet Bronx River mist. It's risky hanging too long. Daydream until sunset, slide through, drive by, light up, peacefully unto you. Make moves for future reference, keep stepping. Don't damage recreation, remember bad times and good luck. This play area closes after dusk. Where are all your friends? Gone in the smoke session wind. Mañana will begin once you wake from being asleep. 20 Class of Point Lane prays for your salvation while you out here addicted to damnation. The Lord will whisper bendición in your ear, but your hearing so affected by that loud that even if you were singing redemption song in karaoke, you still couldn't catch the sign language subtitles. Who will ever title you Mr. or Don? Chuckers, Jordans, forces, grow roots the longer you on the corner. Every night, going in, got gas, seen ghosts, gave grades, pushed fade back further than you could succeed. Taking of a home your way, who will grieve, who left, breath, baited, hooked, flaming, vicious verses, fast flame, blown off a precious clip, unconscious casualty, a community's catastrophe, not blasphemy. Beg for forgiveness when infested with wicked demons, pushing you to praise the almighty dollar as all that you believe in. That answer you can grab as long as you're grip calm, holding on to that cement storm, the next dawn, new chance. Every single sin is forgotten, thinking that you low, but that sky is watching, living lonely. Love needs a limpieza. It's raining, niggas get wet type of weather, but you got that hope in your bones. The Gore-Tex is your umbrella. Balante, my brother. We can make it out this puddalicious porqueria.
Done.
Man, so many things I want to say, but we got so much time. So, within that, let's ride. We can ride for a little bit, please. Sincere ignorance. Take, I don't know, plus I don't give a fuck. Add anxiety, amplify attitude, divide doubt. Multiply your mind by 0. Zone out, inhale. Push reality far, far away. Embrace the inevitable and forget about faith. Ambition, just dip down the fire escape, leaving better memories behind to burn. Your resume should read real shit. Experience surviving the streets, sucker. Culo cagao. Copywritten across your fitted cap. You pledge allegiance to porqueria. Married to mierda on the mente. Much rather drink than vote for presidente. You feel you euphoria when they mistake you for a genius. Don't know shit and really mean it. Lack of knowledge, a high IQ of nonsense. Nonchalant about chivalry. Trembling gentleman, proven uncouth ruffian. More interested in that fake nigga frontin' in the mirror. A blink might renew your perspective. You've gathered a collective of company who loves misery. The first season was bad enough. Now we got licensing deals to sequels and trilogies. That DVD will have an in-depth interview of how dumbed down this daily drama has become. We only just begun. That record barely got spun. Funk Flex dropped that. Everybody saw the body drop. The crowd got quieter. Then feathers, free falling. The wind, freestyle whatever. And you went with the breeze. Bouncing like bullets in dark basketball courts, streetlights illuminating the setting, now regretting, not recognizing that hidden rhythm within your veins, pumping that silently out of more to your vein, triggering the synapse to cause the collapse of what's left of your physical empire. The fire has run out on this artificial life, and we still here, trying to get extra gains with cheat codes that haven't been proven to work. I ask you, what the fuck is worse? You need you. You need life. Life needs you. Remember that time? Time remembers you. Unquestionable moments, chance to shine, forever free in our blessed glory. Conflicts minimal before considered criminal. It's like, trust baby, I'm gonna be home before it's dark. Trust honey, I'm gonna be home before that bullshit beef starts. Trust, my love, I'm gonna forever stay faithful to our art, playing a part in making this world spin. Divine inspiration telling you it's better to be alive than being a war story on an avenue easily forgotten until your earliest convenience. Stay scheming on something brand new, original. Don't doubt your presence. Just opening your eyes, breathing, walking, talking, crying, dancing, living, laughing is worth every effort to go out in this cruel world and make all the difference. If it wasn't for you, I don't know where I've been. Give this second, plus infinite more mañanas, all that you can. Various levels of personal inferno burn you, turn you inside out, make you uncomfortable with your inevitable decay. But this vida does not have to be this way. We own all the keys to open up our fate, calling on these gods to be a little bit more sympathetic. Don't let your voice quiver in that Project Echo. Whatever the fuck is holding us back, please let go.
Poemas de la calle yo recito.